Hi everyone, today I will share a dish that my mom makes and keeps in the refrigerator for weeks, and we just have a little bit of it with whatever main meal we have, and it is so delicious and so healthy. And for this recipe you will need however many bell peppers you will need, red bell peppers or green, whatever color you can find. So the last time I did it after I got home, I did it with 5 bell peppers and 4 jalapenos, and it was gone in probably 2 days. So this time I doubled the amount of jalapenos and the amount of bell peppers. In this case I have about 10, 11, 12 bell peppers and 8 jalapenos. And you will also need about 25 to 30 cloves of garlic, parsley, apple cider vinegar and salt. That's it. I'm gonna start by showing you how to cut the peppers. And you will need, because we're gonna broil the peppers in the oven, I'm going to need 2 large trays. In order not to have the jalapenos exploding all over your oven, it's a good practice to take a fork and just poke 3 holes in each jalapeno. And that will prevent them from messing up your oven. The easiest way, and I actually have a video on that, the easiest way to remove the skin, we're not going to be removing the skin on the jalapenos, but we will on the bell peppers, and the easiest way to do that is, I have a video, but I will show you right now so we don't have to dig to find that video. Slice it in half and then remove the handle and remove any white from inside the bell pepper, because that will make the bell pepper a little bit bitter. And I will clean just like that all the bell peppers, and I'll be right back. I have the first tray done, and let me make sure I have situated the jalapeno peppers with the holes up. So just put the bell peppers upside or inside down, and before I start cutting and cleaning the other peppers, I'm gonna put those in the oven in the center rack at broil, not bake but broil, so only the top of the oven is cooking. Broil on high, and I'm gonna start with 15 minutes. Different times at different occasions takes different times depending on the thickness of the skin of the peppers. So I'm gonna set them for 15 minutes and I'm gonna check on them. And while they're roasting, I'll cut and clean the rest of the peppers. 15 minutes broil high. And this is how close the peppers are to the top of the oven. So I'm 1, 2, 3 levels up from the, or the third level up from the bottom of the oven. Close and set a timer for 15 minutes. So it's been 11 minutes since I started broiling the bell peppers, and at this point I forgot to mention that, but I am going to flip the jalapeno peppers so they can roast on the top side as well. And I will be right back. So about 4 more minutes on this side. While the first tray of peppers was broiling, I cleaned up the rest of them, arranged them in a tray. They're ready to go. I also cleaned about 30 cloves of garlic. And now I'm going to chop the parsley very finely. I still have about 1.5 minutes on the first tray of bell peppers, and I will start chopping the parsley. And I'm doing it, you will need a lot of parsley, but I'm doing it in very small batches so I can chop it very, very finely. And I will be back in a couple of minutes once I'm done with the parsley and once I have taken the peppers out so you can see what they look like. It took exactly 15 minutes to have the peppers done. I will cover them with a towel like this, just so they can continue to steam inside, and this way it's going to be much easier to remove the skins afterwards. I'll continue with the parsley. This is just about how much I have chopped, and I'll be back. So these guys have been roasting for about 8-9 minutes now, and I'm gonna flip the jalapeno peppers over and I will put them back in. I'm done chopping the parsley. I'll get back to it here in a second. Let me just put those guys back in. Here is the parsley, and it's just about a whole bunch of parsley, the one that you buy from the grocery store. I left just a little bit because I need for another dish that I'm going to make after I'm done filming. But this is the amount of parsley. And now, while I'm finishing up the roasting of those peppers, I am going to mince the garlic inside the parsley. I wanted to show you here in the last 2 cloves of garlic that I have how I'm actually doing it. So put 1 or 2 cloves of garlic depending on how big your garlic is, and then squeeze it, clean it with the knife, and as you can see, stuff comes out on the side. Just go ahead and push it in, because we will be processing the garlic even more. That is not the final stage, so don't waste any of the garlic. Whatever you see left over here on the side, put everything in and we'll continue processing. I'll show you in a second. And here is how I'm going to process the parsley and the garlic. I'm going to start by adding a pinch of salt, maybe even 2. The salt will help to take juices out of the parsley. And then I will add some vinegar. So we're trying to get a very nice consistent paste. So I will start with a little bit of vinegar, and I'm sure I'll be adding more than that, a lot more than that. But I just don't want it splashing everywhere. I want everything to incorporate very nicely together. This wooden bowl, it's older than me, and this is what my grandma used it for pretty much, and cook some special beans in it. It smells like grandma. I love it so much. Oh, the peppers are ready. Alright, so here I have the second batch of peppers. It's done, and I will cover those as well with a towel and put them aside so I can easily peel them afterwards. So back to the parsley and the garlic, and I will continue doing this until I get a consistent paste. Gotta add some more vinegar. It's gonna have to be, let's say I'm adding about a tablespoon at the time, so far we have 2 tablespoons. So I will continue doing this. You don't have to watch that, and I'll be back once it's done so you can see the consistency that I'm looking for. I'm done with the parsley and the garlic and the vinegar and the salt, and this is the consistency of paste that we're looking for. Can I try to kind of smash or process the parsley the best you can, and make sure that all the garlic it's incorporated nicely and evenly. The first tray of bell peppers have cooled enough that I can safely peel them. Here I'm gonna set the jalapeno peppers for now, and it has to be a container that you can cover with a lid so you can store them in the refrigerator. So here are our bell pepper or jalapeno peppers. You can push them down a little bit if necessary. And here it's how easy it is to peel those guys. And if you need roasted bell peppers for any recipe, that is a proven method. Look at that. It's just so easy. Sometimes you grab it and the whole thing comes in one pull. Just fold them a little bit and start peeling them and arranging them. Peeling them and arranging them. I peeled all the bell peppers and I stored them in those glass containers, which are very convenient. Those are the lids. You can use one bigger container. I'd rather use 2. And here I have the jalapeno peppers. Here I have the paste. Here I have about half a cup of olive oil, and I have the burner on high, and I'm gonna preheat the olive oil just about to the smoking point. It has to be really hot. And while the oil is preheating, I will start spreading the paste over the bell peppers, and I'll try to kind of use equal amounts in each container, so equally divided between the 3 containers. We'll add some to the jalapeno peppers as well. A little bit here, all the juices. Okay, so my oil hasn't preheated to the point where I want it to be, so I'll wait for a minute or so, not even a minute. I can see it swirling already, and I will be back. Okay, the oil, you gotta be very careful. You have to watch the oil because it could catch a fire. So it is at the point where it's really hot and smoky. I'm sure you can see it on the camera. And now kind of step away a little bit and start pouring it equal amounts over the peppers. or over the parsley and the garlic. I can't even begin to explain to you how good that smells. Okay, and now we'll continue to add oil here and there, kind of evenly spread it to create a nice juice in the bottom. And we're done. It smells just heavenly. So at this point I'm going to use the lids to close the containers, put them in the refrigerator, and you can have this for a couple of weeks. As a matter of fact, the ones I had at home in Bulgaria, I think Mom had them already for maybe a month and they were still totally fine. It is absolutely delicious. And you can use this if you're gonna make soup or some sort of stew or even just scrambled eggs or an omelette. You can take this, chop the peppers, mix it with the omelette. It's gonna be fantastic. From all the recipes I've done, I hope you try this one because it's majestic. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions about the recipe, please leave a comment and I'll answer it. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I love you all.